everyone, it's Saime, and today we're going to be recording or starting our Sims 4 Decades Challenge. For the rules for this challenge, I'm going to be following Annabee's guide on Tumblr. I'll try to put the link in the description for the video down below. But we're going to start with making our Sims. We're going to start our founder Sims, and what it entails is basically the Decades Challenge is you work your Sims through a variety of different decades with different challenges and things like that. A lot of different people have a lot of different rules for their decades. Some start in prehistory, some start in the 1850s. But for today, we're just going to start where Annabee has her rules and her list and things like that. And we're going to start in the 1890s. So we're going to try to get our Sims to look what I think are historically accurate clothing and all of that stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Don't need a story. And let's see. Let's randomize our sim for a few times and see what we can come up with first, and then we'll go from there. Oh, that outfit was so pretty.
How do you?
Oh, Sim Gallery, how I think it's so funny. Okay, she's just gonna keep speaking for a minute. So we're going to let's see. So since our woman is our female sim, we're gonna do female sim first. We're gonna have she, her pronouns, but we'll do the name last because we want to get the husband's name first. And since we're starting in the 1890s, we're gonna just have her want. We could do big family. Let's do a big family for her. So let's see. We want none of that. We want definitely. Where is it? Family oriented, loyal, and let's do that. I'm sorry if you hear me clearing my throat a lot. Where I live, there's a bunch of pollen and things like that right now at this time of year, so it is such a fun time to have allergies. Also, I do not use mods in The Sims 4. It's not that I don't like to, it's just I easily get overwhelmed with the content that is in the games. So adding more content to it can really bog me down in The Sims. So we're just gonna vanilla Sims 4 stuff. And over the years, they've updated it a lot, so I feel like it is a pretty decent game library now. Let's see, we want to give her dark brown eyes. It's kind of speaking to me. Let's see. But yeah, I don't play with a lot of mods. It's really just like a personal preference. My partner actually has like 10,000 things in their mods folder, no joke. So, it's to each his own when it comes to modding The Sims. I think my issue is like I don't have the patience to wait for my Sims to update and stuff like that, and I don't play The Sims all that often. I do play a lot. I just, you know how you do with The Sims, is like you play heavily for like 3 weeks and then you don't touch it for 6 months. I don't really like this one. I don't like that one. kind of like that. Let's go with that. Let's get this makeup off first, though, because, like, that's what's throwing me, I think. Let's see. Okay. It's a good one right off the bat. We need to fix her eyebrows, because I cannot with how I draw eyebrows. And like, I know that like Decades Challenge, we can't have too many things, but we're just gonna get this the way that I want her to be, and we'll do the clothing more so. Clothing and makeup for this to be more historically accurate, I'll say. I don't know. I don't like how curved it is. I guess we'll go with that one. Okay. Let's do, now we could do this one. And as we all know, Judith Carr, I think her name is Judith Carr, I don't know. Judy, the top 5 celebrity, has this hairstyle, and I don't particularly care for it on anyone. Let's get a little bit darker hair, but let's see what else we can find. That would be a nice updo for our founding mother. No. No. If it was a braid down the back, yeah. No hair dye. Nope. Isn't there one that has a braid down the back? Is this it? No, that's just pinned up, and that's not what we want. We'll definitely come back for these hats for the next decade, which is the 1900s. So, I don't know why I had to think about that. Goodness. I'm pretty sure there is a braid, though. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's not considered an updo. Oh, she's bald. She's torturing people with hair. Let's see. I know that there's a braid because I use it in some of my other Sims. There, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, we're not gonna give her a hat. We'll give her a nice, wholesome piercing. Let's see. Nothing that would allude to witchcraft or anything like that. She could have him as like a gift from her like grandma or something. Yeah, let's go with those. For the makeup, for the makeup, let's see. You don't want anything too over the top. A little bit of a wing. I think that's classy. And a nice soft pink lip that's a little... Yeah. Alright, let's go with that. I think that's a good, simple makeup. I don't really care for many of the blushes. I feel like it just... Let's see, let's turn down the opacity. Okay, I can vibe with that. I think this is a nice, simple, clean look. We are not going for the clean girl aesthetic, though. That is not my vibe at all. So let's do this. Life and Death has some, like, I know they're like goth clothes kind of, but I wouldn't say goth, but you know what I mean. Like, they have a lot of stuff that I think we can definitely use. And let's obviously do the goth kit. And then all of our things don't follow over. Of course they don't. Because they would wear more of a long dress. So let's look through here. And if they don't have something, you know, we'll just make it. It's fine. Oh. Huh. I like this one. Oh, you got a little bit of a pudge. That's good. We're gonna leave the body shape the way that we are. Just because if I don't, I will make the same sim over and over and over, and I'm trying to push myself to make sure that I'm not doing that. I do like this, but let's see if we can find something else that would be... The shirt would be nice. Let's see. I kind of vibe with this. Let's go with the shirt. Let's find a nice skirt now. That'll go with it. Alright, we'll keep that one for now. If this was a little bit longer and not short in the front, that would be my pick, to be honest. Okay, a nice longer skirt. We'll go... I think this might be the one we go for, because it looks like most of the rest of the stuff is not long enough. So we'll get some nice boots as well. Maybe those? Let's see if they have another one, because like there's so much content now that it's hard for me to remember like what everything is, and I don't want to just constantly make the same sims over and over. We're gonna do a simple bracelet if they have one. That's 2 witchcraft, which I know that's more like 1600s where witchcraft was a thing that was persecuted, so to speak. But let's see. Too flashy. We're just not gonna have that. But you will have a ring because we are gonna make your husband. My least favorite activity in The Sims is making male Sims. No shade, but it just doesn't tickle my fancy the same way that making female Sims are. We're not gonna do any nails because she's gonna be hard at work, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go back up here. I'm gonna do hairstyle for all of them, and then this is one of my favorite new features that the sim has recently come with, which is just copying everything. Oh no, you cannot have a hat. Well, let's see what hats you have before I say no hats. I hate the Star Wars stuff so much. But it's okay. You know, to each their own. It's just not for me. Sorry guys, I felt a little bit of a cough coming on, so muted for a moment, but we're back. Okay. That's fine. It doesn't seem like there's any really good hats or anything like that, so we're just gonna move to the outfit now. For the formal, we're gonna try to find a dress. One that does do like covering up. It's a little bit poofier. Because I'm thinking we might go for something like this. Just because I don't really see a lot of poofier covering gowns. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Ooh. Let's see, what colors do you have? Let's do this. I think brown would be a nice, different one. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Gotta get some stockings. And then, again, boots. How are these formal? It's fine. We'll just go with those. Character shoes. Let's see. For athletic wear. Let's see. Oh my, scandalous. Scandalous.
Ah.
Let me close a bunch of that off.
Huh?
What shirt does she have on? Okay, it's in the cottage living, so content. Nope. Packs. Cottage living. Gosh, it feels like just yesterday that pack came out, and now it's like 3 packs up. But I'm so in and out of WinSim's update now that I feel like everything is a new upgrade. And I'm like, oh, this is in the game now. And turns out it's been in the game for years. Okay. You know what? We're gonna treat her, and we're gonna let her have 1 pop of color in her sleeping stuff. And jewelry. Oh wait, I haven't been doing her wedding ring. There. For her hair. For her hair, when it's like this, we'll give her a letdown kind of vibe. Okay, for party, obviously, we're gonna go with the same outfit because, you know, people didn't have too many changes of clothes. Like, they did have some, but we're gonna basically start them from the ground up. I'll try to build their house. Building is not my forte at all, so if you critique it, I will probably cry, so don't be mean. But it's all good. We'll figure it out and make everything work. So let's see. Party, we need skirts, because women don't wear pants, because why would they wear pants, guys? And I'm not gonna claim to know everything there is to know about these time periods. I am a little bit of a history buff, but I like to be more so prehistory than actual history. I think it's important that we do learn from history and all of that stuff, but for the most part, prehistory is my bread and butter. Where are the character shoes? Swimwear, full body. Go with this, because it's modest. No slippers. Hot weather.
Ooh.
I love when I click the wrong thing. Bum 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 bum. And like, I know that I've probably given her a different color. Yeah, so her thing is... It's been this one. So let's just... Okay, I kept it that one. Okay. I love losing track of stuff. So much. I don't really see my typical go-to skirt, so we're gonna... I have tried doing this challenge starting from prehistory, and it is a challenge, but I'm coming off of, at the beginning of the loading screen and stuff, I had my main save that I've been working on, which is my like rags to riches / legacy save. Everything that my sim has got in that, I'm on the 2nd generation, has come from his mother's hard work and dedication to making sure that her son had a better life than she did. And we might restart this challenge with the same family, depending on if I want to do mods that like allow for life's tragedies where like kids can die and things like that, just because you know, this time period, you know, child mortality was a lot higher. It was a lot higher, and that was something that people, you know, actually did really struggle with. So that might be something that I look into at a later date. Alright, and I'm pretty happy with her. I'm pretty content with our lady for this. Let's see. Okay, let me actually come over here for a second. If the audio cuts out, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's name our gal. I'm torn between Ruth and Florence, to be honest. She's giving me Ruth vibes, though, so let's do Ruth. And then we'll figure out last name in a second. Add new sim.
Skimbo Jorm.
Okay,